Everyone, let's start the presentation now. Today's topic will be circumstance of visual actives and diffraction errors. Let's look at the diffraction error first of all. Diffraction errors is a phenomenon in which parallel light cannot be from the clear image on the retina through the diffraction of the eye and form an image in front of or back of the retina when the eye does not use continually. Refractive abnormalities include prevented myopia and hyperopia and astigmatism. And the cause of the refractive error are very diverse, among which genetic factors and considered very important. Of course, unhealthy habits act as cause that the eye use cannot be ignored. In particular, in children are in the period of the growth and development, but they do not pay attention to their usually city life habits. For example, if the process of reading or writing is not correct, the light intensity is not good, the distance between the eye and the book is too close, the reading time is too long, or you may have incorrect practice habits, such as walking or reading while in the vehicle. In recent years, electronics such as computer and cell phone have become increasingly popular, and the spread of these electronics has brought people convenience and many problems at the same time. Long-term use of the electronics has related the severe effect of the human eye. As the short-range workload increases in this way, various refractive abnormalities are apparent if cause of the refractive abnormalities in the eye is firmness or shortness. It is called axis astigmatism, and if it is caused by an increase or decrease in refractive power, it is called refractive astigmatism. It is a study of the follow the severity begins at the age of 5 to 10, produces until eyeballs close superficially and stopped at the age of 15 to 20. In general, the length of the course close left from the 2 to 3 years old and from 9 to 15 years old. Let's more explain about reflected errors. First of all, after I'm gonna tell them what is our aim of these studies. Let's be continuous. In contrast to change in the length of the eye axis, corneal refractive power does not show a significant change from the 6 months to 3 years old, and the change in average contrast refractive power between the age of 5 to 15 does not exceed in 0.50 degrees. That means it's very important things is when we are development in also I is also development is functions. So this study the relations between vision and refractive abnormalities by studying the status of vision and refractive abnormalities for the general public of Chinese nationalities. Let's explain this as how is studies study subjects involved with this study and what's the instrument of this studies. A study was conducted, first of all, in study subjects. A study was conducted on subjects who agreed to this study and wished to participate through the recruitment notice of this study for the general public of the Chinese nationalities. Those under the age of 15 are subject to whom the legally responsible guardian wishes to participate in this study and agrees. We are using to the research quality questionalities that will be considered of the primarily survey was conducted on summaries based on this study, and the final questionnaire was additionally distributed. In it distributes a link to the website of the questionnaires online, collect the questionnaire and consider of the general situation questionnaire in classes and use the habits. This is study data analysis is used the 21 SPSS. Sorry for that. And let's look at our study result. The first table will be show the general characteristics of the study subjects. Among the subjects aged 90 to 50 cities is 546 is men and 746 is women were found. So total our participation is 1,292 people were participated in these studies. So we designed the study about those participants classified into 5 groups according to their ages. So when you look at the ages, you can see that this followed later, and you can see that is in here in 9 to 17 and 15 and 26 and 27 to 35 and 36 and 44 and 45 and 5 6. So we just classified as 5 groups. Maybe I think this is a little bit wrong over the text sections. Sorry for that. And second table will be showed that in dissipation of ametropia, it means it's not so good for. So emmetropia is the good vision. Is ametropia is a group of the myopia to until myopia astigmatism. When you have a refractor errors, it's classified myopia. As you know, consider in ametropia also. And ametropia is classified as myopia, hyperopia, astigmatism, and belong to the in astigmatism is they have myopia, astigmatism. Yes. And you can see that is who doesn't have and they have correct or non-correct images in refractor errors. Doesn't know that unknown people is like as 205.7, and who has in degree in diopter is a power who know in their own diopters, they see there's like those things. You can see there's a full refractor error, as we know as ametropia is high number of in myopia is also they also look at that is in regarding to the, in 1,292 people is belong to the, in high answered of the 533 people who has in myopia. And second table is a relationship between in general factors and diffractor errors. It means is ametropia in the other known as diffractor errors, relationships, gender, age, of areas. And who has in myopia is in age mean to standard is 33 and 43, something like that. Astigmatism show that like those things. And next thing is a relationship between age, success errors, job, and diffraction errors. In correlations between diffractive abnormalities and generalities is minus dot 0.62, which is close to 0 and p-values of is 0.059, which means that diffractive abnormalities in the gender are not correlated. Also, you can see that diffractive abnormalities and occupation is not correctly. And look at that is the other one is, however, it can be seen that the diffractive abnormalities and lesions are not correctly also. And look at this is the high promatches prevalence light with age, which means the prevalence light increasing with age among the diffractors of abnormalities myopia occurs the most, of the which 27 to 35 years old is the most common, followed by 15 to 26 years old, indicate that myopia is likely occurred in these age groups. Next thing is the relationship between ametropia genetic factors. Let's take this is how look at this is general factors is from the father, from the mother, or how about your brother and sisters is. Let's look at those father vision status and mother vision status were found to be related to refractive abnormalities. If both the father and mothers have refractive abnormalities, the children is more likely to develop the refractive abnormalities. There is no relationship between the visual acuity status and refractive abnormalities. Genetic factors and refractive abnormalities were found to be related. The vision status showed the consistency in both the syphilis vision status, indicated that there was no difference. In addition, diffractive abnormalities showed a significant difference in two factors: father vision status and mother vision status. Let's look at the correlationship between genetic factors. Look at this as general in general ametropia learning habit. So you can see that in degree tests reading in symptoms is and like is something like this This shows is a correlation analysis of ametropia in learning habits is correlated or not. Sorry about that. So there is no relationship between the reading distance and 1 hour at home, writing postures, lying down, and degree of the stress and diffractions. And the most stressful in ametropia and stress, degree of lying and down and reading, and postures of reading distance, and no correlations of founding is refractive abnormalities and working time at home. Conclusion. So when the adjustment of the abnormality diffraction is not used, the parallel light does not form the clear object on the retina through the reflection of the eye and form an image in front of the behind the retina. In other words, refractive abnormalities include hyperopia, myopia, and astigmatism. Refractive errors abnormalities are also known to be related to genetic factors, and this study also analyzes that they are related to parents' diffractive abnormalities, and the factor affecting diffractive abnormalities are related genetic factors. Maintained good life learning habits probably slowly down and climb or walk, and less to do in task learning period. They have to reduce stress on the eye and reduce and stabilize the refractive abnormalities by release eye fatigue. As a result of this study, age, genetic factors, living environment, and glass users have can affect consider of the diffraction of abnormalities, and it is believed that the above data will be used to analyze data for refraction of abnormalities. This is a short our study for reference. Thank you for your attention.